Welcome back. This is going to be part two of one-step equations. I'm trying to keep these videos kind of brief so that way you can watch the video that you're really having problems with instead of watching a 10-minute video and searching for what you want to learn about. So the part one of the video, we talked about addition and subtraction. This one, we are going to be talking about multiplication and division. So let's get right into it. So our first problem that we're going to do, what we'll do is, let's say 3x equals 12, and we will do x over 3 equals 12. Okay? So both of these problems have the x. Our variable is going to be x, and that's what we're trying to isolate or get by itself. And both left sides of the equation with that x, we have that 3. And then the 12 is obviously on its own side. And we're trying to figure out how to isolate that variable. So like we talked about last video, we said that by this point you should know the opposites of your four functions. So the first thing I want to talk about, and it's a problem that I see every year, is that not everyone understands what this means. A number next to a letter or a coefficient next to a variable. So what that tells me is it's multiplication. Let's say you were going to go to the store and buy, and we'll use this problem as an example. Let's say you're going to go buy 3 Kit Kats, okay? So inside that Kit Kat pack, you're going to have 4 of those bars, right? So if you buy 3 Kit Kat bars, you actually wind up getting 12. Well, how do we get that? We do the three packages of Kit Kats times the 4 bars in each packet, and that's how we get that it has 12 bars. Okay, so if you see that coefficient with the variable or the number next to the letter, that should tell you right away, okay, this is multiplication. And you should know that the opposite of multiplication is division. So we divide both sides by 3. Remember, going back to the last video, what you do to one side, you do to the other. What we mean by sides is the different sides of the equal sign. The equal sign is our divider of the two sides. So these two 3's here, they cancel out. Now with addition and subtraction, they cancel out because they equal 0, right? A 3 and a negative 3 give you 0, or a negative 3 and a 3 give you 0, and we don't have to talk about that. Now 3 divided by 3 does not give you 0, it gives you 1, right? Let's say you and 2 friends find $3 on the ground and you decide to split it evenly. Well, that means that each person would get $1. You don't have to write that you have 1x. You can just write that you have x. The same way if you're walking down the street and somebody has a puppy, you don't have to say, oh, look, there's one puppy. You can say, oh, there's a puppy. There is an x, okay? This is an x, okay? Then we come over here. 12 divided by 3 gives us 4. That x is now by itself, okay? We have our answer, okay? Now, division is a little bit trickier. Now, it's not tricky in how you do it, but it's tricky in understanding completely what you are doing and why you are doing it. So we understand that fractions tell us that we are dividing, right? We're dividing this x by this 3. And we all should know that the opposite of division is multiplication, which tells us, okay, well, we're going to multiply both sides by 3. And this is what the confusing part is. Let me just start a new page so I can really show this. And kind of explain why that 3 and the x over 3 times the 3 kind of gets rid of each other, why they cancel out and just give you that 1, okay? So if we're multiplying by 3, anytime you have a whole number, you can always put that over 1, because dividing by 1 just keeps it as itself. You can divide yourself by 1 and you still get yourself, because anything divided by 1 is just itself. Okay, so when we multiply fractions, all you have to do is you multiply across, okay? So we are multiplying across, meaning the numerators are multiplying by the numerators, the denominators are multiplying by the denominators. Now, when you do that, you get 3x and you get 3. Well, when you have 3 divided by 3, just like we talked about, that 3 divided by 3, it doesn't give you 0, it gives you 1, which leaves us with this 1x. Okay? If we go back to the other problem, like the other page, you can see that we had this 3 times x over 3, and we just talked about why they cancel each other out. They make that 1, right? 3 divided by 3 gives you 1. And all that you're left with is 12 times 3, which is 36. So that is everything you should need to know between this video and the last video on how to solve one-step equations. Our next video will be about two-step equations, which add multiple steps. It obviously goes from 1 step to 2 steps to solve those problems, and it gets a little bit more confusing, but it's nothing that we can't handle. Thanks for watching.